The 2024 Major League Baseball trade deadline is upon us. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Birdland, Orioles fans, Flex Zone family. It's your boy God's favorite holder back again here on the YouTube channel with another video. More content for you on your Thursdays, wherever you may be. On the only place giving you your Orioles coverage how you want it when you need it. The Flex Zone podcast right here on YouTube. Make sure you guys swing for the fences, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you strike out that like button, leave us a thumb up. Make sure then sign up in the comment section and go ahead and get that bell. Make sure you tap that bell to let you know when all of our content drops, when new videos drop, when we're live, etc. as well. It's only right, as the Baltimore Orioles have pretty much just completed the All-Star portion of their schedule. They get ready to go back into action about 24 hours from now in Arlington, back to where their season ended last year against the world champion Texas Rangers in Arlington. The trade deadline is coming up on July 30th at 6 p.m. A lot of speculation, a lot of rumor, a lot of innuendo, a lot of just overall thoughts as to what the Baltimore Orioles need. What will they do? What are they willing to part with when it comes to their plethora of magic beans, as I like to call them, in prospects? Guys who have a lot of potential, guys you don't necessarily know about, but know they have potential, know they have the makeup, know they have the overall wherewithal and look and feel of potential major league contributors at the everyday level on the main roster. Obviously, the Orioles need to make moves. And pitching, 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 pitching. Obviously, pitching is going to be, I think, at the forefront of what they need to do. Mike Elias, who has been fantastic since becoming the Orioles GM since 2018, he isn't going to necessarily mortgage the future, in my opinion, for one of these guys. And watching the All-Star game and seeing Matt Miller from the Oakland Athletics, a reliever, seeing Garrett Crochet, a reliever from the Chicago White Sox, and Tarik Skubal from the Detroit Tigers. He is number one on my list as far as options to go after. And over the last 24 to 48 hours, you heard the rumors that the Orioles and the Dodgers will appear to be the two frontrunners for the prize left-hander. This brother is 10-3 this season. He has a 2.41 ERA, which is at near the top of the league. I believe it's second. 110 strikeouts, which is fifth. A .88 WHIP, which is second. He's only 27 years of age, and he still has controllable years. He still has not only the rest of this year, but 2025 and 2026. So he would be signed through 2026. He wouldn't be a free agent until 2027. That lines up perfectly because you need a guy who is good, a guy you can slide in with Corbin Burnes and Grayson Rodriguez in the postseason rotation, and a guy who you can have for multiple years because after this season, Corbin Burnes is a free agent. Are the Orioles going to shell out big money to keep him? 250 plus million? Kyle Bradish, he's going to be coming back from Tommy John. He won't be ready for the start of the season. Tyler Wells, he probably won't be ready for the start of the season. John Means, he won't be back. You're really just going to essentially be left with, if you don't sign Corbin Burnes back, Grayson Rodriguez, who's on the ascent to be an ace in his own right, and Dean Kramer. I really don't know what else, much else you have besides that. Maybe a Povich, maybe a McDermott, but the Orioles do need to make a move for a starter and possibly a reliever. But I do think Mike Elias is not going to overdo it. They're going to make the move that helps them still be competitive and get better, but also not mortgage the future, like I mentioned. Now, a lot of the rumors and trade package that I've seen have included at least three top prospects. Now, I think number one on the list, the Orioles would have to part ways with Jackson Holliday. I was adamant before the season I thought he wasn't ready. I was adamant that they need to wait until after the All-Star break to bring this brother up. He's banged up. He's back now. I don't know what the long-term future is for him. It seems like they're much more willing to possibly part ways for him after seeing he was overmatched. I mean, he's only 19, 20 years of age. But I think number one has to be Jackson Holliday. Now, Orioles fans, you can let me know in the comment section, are you parting ways with Jackson Holliday? Personally, for Skubal, a lefty, controllable years, can throw 100 plus miles per hour, hasn't had any major injuries, a guy who can come in and be your number two starter, can pitch in the postseason. Like I said, can give you everything you need. He He was good last year, and he's 10-3 this year for a bad Tigers team. I mean, the Tigers are playing better, but they aren't on the level of the Orioles. So you give up Jackson Holiday, that's one. I'm willing to do that. Now, 2 and 3, I'm not giving up Basayo. I'm not giving up Kobe Mayo. I don't think we should have to give up, obviously, Enrique Bradfield Jr. or Honeycutt, any of the guys we just drafted. I think personally, I would do Jackson Holiday. I would throw in Kyle Stowers, and I would give them Connor Norby as well. There's going to be a logjam. There already is a logjam at the major league level at a lot of positions. We don't know what Westberg's future position is going to be. I think it could be second base. That way, Mayo could play third potentially. You still have first baseman in Mountcastle. You got O'Hearn still. You got Kjerstad. You got Santander, Hayes, and Mullins in the outfield. Obviously, that outfield will be different after the season. I don't want to give up on, and I even throw Colton Cowser in there. If they would take Colton Cowser, Jackson Holiday, and possibly, honestly, I might just start with those two. You want to take Colton Cowser and Jackson Holiday for Skubal? We'll do it today. You want to take Jackson Holiday, Stowers, potentially Norby? I would probably do that as well because Norby doesn't seem like he has a place on this roster. Stowers has never had a place on this roster, and I think Stowers has potential, especially with the power aspect. And then, of course, Jackson Holiday is the centerpiece of the trade. You get the number one prospect still in all of baseball, very young, a lot of potential. It can be a guy that can really help out your lineup and play really good defense. So let me know in the comment section. I'm giving up Holiday, number one. He's going in any package. And if they want three, I'm going to try to offer Stowers and Norby. I'm willing to part with those three. Like I said, my untouchables are Basayo, Mayo, McDermott. Those are the three I'm not touching. Obviously, Enrique Bradfield Jr. Those are probably some other guys you're not touching as well. But if they wanted to give up Holiday, Cowser, and maybe Stowers, I'd do that as well. I think I know I haven't been the biggest Cowser fan. He started off fantastic in April, but he can't hit the changeup. He hasn't made adjustments yet. I think the Orioles will get with him to try to make those adjustments. That's what the great ones do. That's what the game of baseball is all about. Could Cowser turn it around in the second half and be fantastic and make me look like undo me? I would want to keep Cowser because I want to see what he can do with making the adjustments. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to throw in a Urias with a Jackson Holiday, maybe throw in a Norby, maybe throw in a Stowers. You get 4 for 1. They get a lot of value back. They get a Gold Glover and Urias. You get Holiday. You get Stowers, a power bet, and you get Norby, another power bet. We get Skubal for the next 2.5 years. I may be willing to do that also. But I think Skubal is a guy that you get. He could be the equivalent to what Roquan Smith was for the Baltimore Ravens with the Baltimore Orioles. He could be that missing piece. The window for the World Series for the Orioles is open, but it will not be open forever. And they have to strike while the iron is hot. This is as good a year as any for them to not only make it to the World Series, they've been to the playoffs last year. They didn't win a game. Obviously, we got to win a game. Start by winning a game, winning a series, then advancing from then on. You're going to have to beat teams like the Yankees. Shut their lineup down. You're going to have to be able to beat teams like the Guardians. Shut their lineup down. We saw what they did when they were in Baltimore not too long ago. You may have to defeat a Boston Red Sox team who is red hot, who will be buyers potentially at the trade deadline and don't mind spending money. Josh Naylor, the AL MVP at the All-Star game. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Royals fans? What are you going to do, Michael Elias? You can't stay pat, obviously. You don't want to break the bank, but if you do have to come to terms with giving up Jackson Holiday to get another ace, not only for this year, but for 2025 and 2026 to pair with Grayson Rodriguez, because I honestly, in my heart of hearts, don't think we're going to re-sign Corbin Burns because I think his price is just going to be ridiculous. Let's say he started the All-Star game, he wins the Cy Young, he takes us deep in the playoffs, he takes us to a World Series, he wins the World Series. He can write a blank check from any team he wants. Could the Yankees or Red Sox or Dodgers or one of these powerhouses sign him for $300 million? I could see it. The Padres, one of these teams who want to give him big time money, I can see it, and it'll be okay because we wanted out of the deal. He's a Scott Boras client, and if you get that World Series, I tell everybody all the time, we'll do just about anything for that. So with that being said, go get Tarik Skubal, go give up Holiday if you have to. Then you say, hey, look, I'm giving you the number one prospect in baseball. I may offer a Stowers and Holiday combo. And then if they don't want to take that, maybe a Holiday, Stowers, Norby combo. They don't want to take that. I may sub out maybe Stowers for Norby and then Norby and maybe Cowser because you're going to have to give up one of these outfielders. I'm not giving up Heston Kjerstad. I'm keeping him as an everyday player in this lineup. I would give up Cowser if I had to. So, like I said, if you want to take Holiday, Cowser, you're getting two of our top 5 prospects. We get Skubal back. I think that's fair. If they don't want to do that, they want to do Holiday, Stowers, and Norby. We keep Mayo, Basayo, McDermott. I'm cool with that as well. But what say you Orioles fans? What say you Birdland? What say you down in the comment section? I think this is a move that the Orioles are going to have to make. They're going to have to make and really try to get that big piece because then you could move Albert Suarez to the bullpen. You could use others in other setup roles because in the playoffs, all I need is 5 innings and it's the bullpen game. So you can run with Burns, you can run with Skubal, you can run with Rodriguez, and if you need to, run with Kramer. Then you got Suarez in the bullpen. You still have Jake Webb in the bullpen. You still have Brian Baker in the bullpen. You still hopefully maybe can make a minor move for a reliever, another arm with the injury to cool on. You got Perez still. You got Kimball and you got Cano. I think it'd be very, very important to get another piece in the bullpen, but I think you can get that for a little bit less, maybe a 1-for-1 type deal, a 1-for-1 in cash considerations, maybe get an under-the-radar guy who can beat up some innings, can mortgage high-leverage situations, and really go out there and really give you and help you solidify the back end of your bullpen. Let's sound off in the comment section. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that bell to know when all the videos drop. Orioles content throughout the season. We're on our way to the postseason yet again. Wake me up in September. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the Orioles can win back-to-back AL East crowns for the first time in years, but it's all about what they do in the postseason. And I think getting Tarik Skubal will be a big addition to that. You have him for multiple years. He can give you what you need as a reliever. As a starter. You can move some guys to be relievers. And I think you really make yourselves the prohibitive favorite, at least in the American League. But this is God's favorite host signing off. Doing something a little different today. I was about one to get the juice to you. Orioles and Dodgers are obviously the front runners. The Dodgers, they don't give up anything to anybody. They get the team to have unlimited resources, unlimited assets, and magic beans to use. The Orioles have the number one prospect pool in baseball, number one farm system in baseball. So do you just have want to go with that, or do they go with the Dodgers, who will probably give them whatever they want? All of their prospects, clean out their farm system, and then some. Could be like a Juan Soto deal. The Dodgers will get like 4 or 5 guys. I think the Orioles limit 2 to 3. But go ahead, let me know. Do you go for Tarik Skubal? Do you go for Derek O'Shea? Do you go for Matt Miller? Who do you want to see us go for? Do you go for a bat? I'm honestly in favor of calling up Mayo, seeing what he can do, going get an arm, at least 1 to 2 arms, 1 for the starting rotation and 1 for the bullpen. God's favorite host, signing off. We'll see you as the second half of the baseball season gets started. Orioles are in Texas. We'll keep you posted throughout the weekend. And let's get the O's can march into the playoffs looking strong. Let me know your thoughts down below on this trade option and what do you think they'll do. And I think Michael Elias is going to play the waiting game. He's going to see who becomes a seller and what more opportunities present themselves as we head towards the trade deadline. As right now, the price is high as hell. So he's going to wait to see what the price is, and he's going to see what he's willing to pay to play with the big boys and get it in. I'm signing off, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Tarik Skubal. I'm giving up the extra holiday, guys. Are you? Let me know in the comment section.